Hey there, signs. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 30th. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com for more awesome readers and astrologers. Also this week, I am mixing everybody together. Well, at least the 4 types of signs here because next week we will be probably back to normal. Next week I might have to do the same thing, but again, this is not going to be a continuous thing where I mix everybody together. We're going to go back to normal soon, but I have some things I have to take care of and it's limiting my time, so this is what we have to do. But let's see what comes up for all you earth signs at this time. It's pretty crazy. Everybody, you show up as the king of diamonds. It's interesting because the fire signs showed up as the king of clubs. The water signs, who I've also done, have also shown up as the king of hearts. So there's definitely this energy, I would say, of authority and things like that at this time. What I explained to the fire signs is I think it's because of Pluto in Capricorn, which makes us, I think sometimes want to become authority figures in our own lives. It makes us want to take control of things, or it makes us want to, do something that has to do with authority or deal with authority. For you, the King of Diamonds is an excellent card. It looks like a very good financial week in general. Again, for the water signs and the fire signs, it was really good financially. And for you, it looks really awesome financially as well, because we have also have the 8 of Diamonds and the 2 of Diamonds, which are awesome cards for money and more money coming in, on top of this card, which is a card of becoming more financially responsible. I would say that in general, I do feel like I would say more specifically, I feel like the earth and the water signs are really being kind of focused towards financial responsibility in the future. So what that means is learning how to do taxes in a better way, learning to just hire somebody to do your taxes, learning how to deal with your money, learning new ways to invest your money. I think that the 2 types of signs there are really focused on those things, and that's what the King of Diamonds represents. It represents focusing on how to better deal with your money. Next you have the 2 of Diamonds, which represents profits, investments, and payouts, money coming in. Definitely a very good card. It can also represent you matching up perfectly with something financially as well. I feel like there's just maybe a flow with money this week or something in general, because again, money has looked really good for all the signs so far. So I would say that there might just be, it might just be a good financial week for everybody at this time. Maybe getting some gifts even financially as well. Again, I think that the water signs also had the 8 of Hearts or something, and 8s kind of loosely represent getting gifts from the universe, kind of like karmic gifts. And so some of these could be financial as well. This card is also great for spending money on things like repairs or anything like that. So if you have to pay for a car repair or anything along those lines, this card says, that it's a good time to do it, and you could actually see a return very quickly. Maybe you spend the money, but maybe you get it right back, through something else. So definitely a good card there. Next, you have the 7 of Spades, internal fears that don't exist, so definitely let your fears go at this time. This card, I feel like for you is saying that, you also have the 3 of Spades. I feel like the 2 cards together are kind of saying that you maybe have an idea or something that you want to do, maybe somebody you want to talk to, business you want to start, something like that, and I feel like you're stopping for whatever reason. So don't allow your fears to hold you back at this time. Next, you have the 9 of Hearts, a card of wishes, getting something you wish for, getting something you want. Also a card of victory. I feel like, again, for some reason I feel like this card is talking about the future, which isn't really what this card represents at all. But I feel like you have your eye on something in the future. It's like you have this plan to do something, and maybe a lot of you, this plan is coming together at this time, or you're planning to do things in the future or something. And I do feel like this plan is probably a good plan. I think you're on the right path, and I would definitely just keep going at this time. Next, you have the 3 of Spades. Be careful with your back with this card. This card can represent injuries to your back, so definitely take care of yourself. And it can also just be a health card in general, so make sure to get plenty of rest and drink plenty of water this week as well to stay nice and healthy. Next, you have the 8 of Diamonds. Great card for money, like I said, in future money. This card represents material success on the horizon. It also just says that you need to look, at things like if things aren't working out financially, this card says you need to look at ways to, increase your finances, or maybe you're trying to increase your finances. This card just says that the best way to do that is to go back to basics. And so especially in like business, this card says, you know, don't get too complicated. Don't come up with some crazy idea to make more money. Just sticking to the basics and doing what works is probably what is going to work best at this time. This is a card that is sometimes called the key, and it just represents like sometimes like something very small missing, you know, some sort of key that you need to turn. And usually, again, it's something very like beginner level or basic or easy to do. And the same thing at work as well. This card says, like, at work, if you're trying to get a promotion or a raise, doing something like extra could get you noticed that leads to a raise or more money. And then finally, you have the Three of Diamonds. Having said all of that about how great of a money week it looks, Three of Diamonds can say you are worried about money, but this card just says, you know, stay positive. Again, it looks very positive. This card can also ask you to double check your paperwork and make sure all that stuff is in order. It's crazy. It's not even a retrograde. I mean, I cannot tell you how many people I know who have had their car break down recently, who have had their electronics break down. Like, I've seen a crazy amount of accidents and things like that. So I'd say it's definitely a good time to stay on your toes. And again, don't worry about anything happening. Don't make something happen. But definitely, I think it's a time to stay focused. And I sometimes think this card comes up to tell us to stay focused and make sure we pay attention to what's going on around us at this time. It's kind of like that retrograde type energy. But it looks, other than that, looks fine. Looks like a really good week. So thank you for watching and enjoy your week.